Ew. Just got done working out. I was just watching this YouTube video. I'll put the name, I forget his name. Super cool dude. I love what he has to offer in one of his videos. I don't know if it was, it was his most recent one. It was about like how Ram Dass was teaching a like beginner course or something like that, and of course they're like communicating by word, and then people were asking like, Ram Dass, like, why don't you teach the advanced course or something like that? And he was like, if I did that, we wouldn't be talking right now, or something along the lines of that. And I thought that was beautiful. I used to follow this spiritual master, and one of his quotes was, I'm trying to think the exact quote. It's like something about silence and how like everything real is received in silence. I believe something along the lines of that. I could be butchering it, but I do agree with that. I think that a lot of the times, even when it comes to communicating and figuring out what people's intentions are, you kind of just watch not their words but their actions. And for a while I was more of an observer. I feel like when I was more of an observer, I knew what was going on, and I knew where I stood with people and what I was really feeling. But when I'm super engaged, which is also okay, when I'm really engaged and like talking a lot, I don't really know what's going on. I'm just talking. And I kind of thought that was quite interesting. And I think I want to take a step back because I feel like that's where I am at right now. I'm in like definitely more of a, I always have something to say, or like I'm gonna bring this up to this person, I'm gonna bring this up to this person, like constantly, you know? So I want to take it back a little bit, be more of an observer. And I know another cool thing about being an observer is like, I lost my thought. Oh, I got it back. Another thing about being an observer is that most people don't really know you're there, so they will say a lot more, and that reveals them as well, but of course more of their actions. But I think sometimes talking is some kind of action. It is an action, but like it also shows them who they are as well, and the choices they make with their words, when they're not really being intentional, when they're just kind of going about their life or whatever. Like if they're talking badly about people, it's like, okay, I don't really want to be around them because I don't want to surround myself with people like that because I don't want to become that person. And if they're talking about a bunch of nonsense that I don't really care for, I also don't really want to be spending my time with them. So I think that was quite interesting. And I think that a video in the future I want to create is just like maybe a time lapse of me meditating or something, because it will be really fast. Like I don't meditate for very long, and I actually haven't meditated in a few days, but I'm feeling more like called and drawn to that right now. And so I think that's what I'm going to do for the next video. I'm going to post a little bit more this week just because I posted a video yesterday, and you'll see, I might not be posting this video on the same day that I create it, but Wednesdays is usually the day I post, and it's Thursday. But I did well with my sleep. I went to sleep before 10:30. I went to sleep around like 10:15 maybe. By the time I fell asleep, it was probably like 10:15. But so I was really happy about that. I was like, yes. Me and my girlfriend both fell asleep early. And I also slept really long, which I needed to catch up on sleep, so that's all right, and I'm very happy and content with that. And I've had a pretty chill day, not too productive. I wanted to be more productive, but I think everything happened that was necessary and that was needed. But yeah, I think I'll be doing that. And I'm curious, like, when do you guys get the most insights about life, or like downloads or realizations? Like, when does that happen for you? For me, that happens when I'm having downtime, not when I'm not in the middle of something, not when I'm in the middle of a discussion. It's when I'm quiet. My mind's alive, but my mouth is shut and I'm taking things in. I feel like that's usually, or when I'm meditating, stuff like that. But it could be when I'm like, I'm around people, I'm just not talking to them and not really engaging, and I'm just like, something will come to me. Anyways, I'm all sweaty. I'm gonna go be in the AC. I'm like, ugh. But yeah, I also, sidetrack, I was thinking, I thought it'd be cool. Part of me wants to really, really, really not detach, because I think your ego, not as like your ego, I'm speaking just like in general, like ego serves a purpose. But part of me really wants to kind of do things to make me detach from my outside self and really engage and like connect with my inner self. And I think by doing that is to really strip what a lot of people focus on and what you kind of gain validation from looking in the mirror or from other people. Part of me is trying to figure out a way to do that, and part of me is thinking that I'm gonna have to change something, and I think my ego's actually telling me I shouldn't do it, but I will see. I'm just like, that's just something that's been kind of like going throughout my mind lately, because I think I've lost, I think everyone feels insecure in some ways, but I think I've lost a lot of that because I'm just like, why give why give your ego or whatever it is, like freaking being insecure about, like, why give that energy? Why give that power? Like, I'm just existing. Everyone's focused on themselves and what they're doing. They're not really caring about what you look like or how you talk, things like that. I mean, there are some people that do, but I just want to care about how I feel about myself more than anyone else. So I think it's great that I've gotten to that point, and I don't feel like it's too much. I feel like sometimes I would have my extremes where I would have so much self-hate and self-criticism, and I didn't want to ever go out because I just hated myself. Even in like personality wise, like I was just like, oh, I don't like myself. And then like sometimes it'd be like, boom, and I'm over here, I'm like, I'm amazing, I'm perfect, everyone's obsessed with me. And I think that it can be cool to like feel that for a little bit, but it's like, why can't I just find a middle ground? Why does it gotta be like over here? Like, it's so frustrating. And I feel like I found a middle ground because I don't really care about what other people think about me. And I think the biggest thing that helped me realize that is that people would come up to me, actually my family, like my grandma came into town and she kept asking me like, well, how does this look? Like, how does this look? And I was like, I mean, I don't really have, I'm gonna be so honest, like, and maybe it's just my personality, but I really don't have opinions on people's like outer looks. Like, I might be like, oh, that's a cool outfit, but like, I'm not like, oh, they should change this or they should add this. Like, that's not something that goes through my mind. So I'm more about, I know when I'm wearing something cute or I feel cute, it's not necessarily the outfit itself or my jewelry or my hair. It's more about like, how is this making me feel, like, all together, not just like, this is a cute outfit. I don't know how to explain this. And that also like to do with like comfort. Like, is it comfortable? Am I feeling like itchy, or is like something bothering me? How is my energy? Did I ground today? Did I meditate? Did I take care of myself today? I feel like that more so plays a role into me feeling good and feeling attractive and feeling confident to go about my day and go out in the world, more than wearing cute clothes themselves, because I wear almost the same thing every single day. I wear this almost every single day until it gets dirty, and then I wash it. It's summertime, it's super hot. I'm not gonna wear a whole bunch of I'm not gonna wear sweatpants or a sweatshirt unless I'm cold inside or something. But I like, especially if I'm home, I'm wearing something that I'm comfortable in. And it might be feel like, man, those girls wearing the same thing every single day, but I don't really care. I like consistency, and I don't have to think about it. So that's one less thing to worry about. But what I was going back to what I was saying was, I was recognizing that people in my family were like, wow, well, what about you? What's your opinion? I'm like, I don't have an opinion. How does it make you feel? And once I kept seeing that, it was interesting. I was started reflecting on myself, do I do this? If I do this, why do I do this? Why don't I just worry about how it makes me feel rather than worrying about how it's gonna make other people feel when no one really cares? Anyway, I feel like that's been said in many different ways, and maybe the same way as well, and you probably hear it all the time, but I just wanted to put that out there. Thank you for listening. See you soon. Have a good one.